Radio chatter, search crews and first responders mobilizing in a quest no one dreamed would take this long.
Malaya and the baby were asleep. Lily came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then...
What happens when the story you tell falls apart under the weight of its own lies? In the case of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, missing since May 2nd from their Nova Scotia home, a new interview with their stepfather, Daniel Martell, is raising chilling questions. His words don't match those of Malaya, the children's mother, and the kids' paternal grandmother. She's speaking out, convinced the truth is being buried. Is Daniel hiding something sinister? Welcome to Untold Crimes and Affairs, where we unravel the secrets others want to keep hidden. Let's dive in and expose the cracks in this case. This is Untold Crimes and Affairs, your home for deep dives into the darkest mysteries. Our mission? To uncover the truths buried beneath deception. If you're obsessed with getting to the bottom of stories like this, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Today, we're tearing into Daniel's CBC interview, stacking it against Malaya's conflicting account, and hearing the grandmother's desperate plea. Something's not right here, and we're about to find out why. Daniel Martell says he woke up that morning, realized Lily and Jack were gone, and bolted to check the woods. Simple enough, right? But when you listen closely, his story starts to unravel. Let's hear it straight from him in his CBC interview.
It's been a long 6 weeks. I know that everybody basically in the world at this point is always wanted to know what happened. Malaya and the baby were asleep. Lily came in multiple times. I was not in deep sleep by any means. And then about 20 minutes passed, and then when I woke up, Malaya was right beside me. She was still asleep. And I said, I don't hear Lily and Jack.
The time, no one will say for sure, but police say it was around 10 a.m. when they got a 911 call.
I ran up in the woods to the kids. They have cabins up in the woods, which only took me like 30 seconds. I came right back down. She was on the phone with the RCMP.
Wait a second. 30 seconds to search the woods for 2 missing kids? And Malaya's already calling the RCMP before they've checked the backyard? That's not just strange. It's suspicious. Now, let's stack this against Malaya's version from a month ago.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep, and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens, and they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call.
Did you hear that? Malaya says she noticed the kids were missing and alerted Daniel. He says he noticed and told her. She says they both searched outside. He says he was gone for 30 seconds, and she was already on the phone. These aren't small mix-ups. These are deal breakers. In true crime, when 2 stories clash like this, it's a red flag, the size of Nova Scotia. Let's dissect Daniel's interview like a seasoned detective. First, his timeline's as murky as a swamp. Lily came in multiple times, then 20 minutes passed, And he's awake? 20 minutes after what? He's dodging specifics, and that's a classic sign of a story that's more fiction than fact. Real memories are sharp. Lies are blurry. Second, his story doesn't hold water. If Lily and Jack were in the kitchen and he's half awake, how does he miss them sneaking out? And why only 30 seconds in the woods? That's not a search. That's a performance. And Malaya dialing 911 so fast? It's like they skipped the panic stage and went straight to damage control. Why? Unless they knew more than they're letting on. Third, Daniel's tone is off. Way off. He's obsessed with alibying Malaya. She was right beside me, still asleep. It's like he's nailing her to the bed to keep her clear of suspicion. But if he's telling the truth, how is he so sure she didn't slip away? And why isn't he rattled by her conflicting story? Innocent people call out discrepancies. Daniel? He's calm as a frozen lake. That's not normal. It's rehearsed. Now, let's talk Malaya. Her story's just as shaky. She claims she noticed the silence first, but now she's gone silent herself, leaving the search on day 2 with the baby. Innocent parents don't vanish when their kids are missing. They're screaming for help, like the parents of Kyron Horman. Malaya's absence speaks louder than her words, and her mother's claim that the RCMP told them to stay quiet. The RCMP says that's a lie. So what's she hiding? But one voice cuts through the lies, the paternal grandmother's. She joined the search the second she heard Lily and Jack were gone, even though she hadn't seen them in 2 years. Listen to her words.
And that's playing heavily on the mind of this woman, Lily and Jack's paternal grandmother.
Their smiles are just beautiful.
She hadn't seen the children in nearly 2 years, a relationship left complicated after her son, their biological father, chose to stay out of their lives. She says he has been questioned by police 3 times.
A couple of days ago, they had contact, and they told him that they weren't looking his way anymore, that everything's fine.
She says she joined the search herself as soon as she heard Lily and Jack were missing. She doesn't believe the children are in the woods.
There's no reason for any child to wander deep into the woods. There's just not.
The brush is just too thick.
It is way too thick. Way too thick.
Tonight is about saying a prayer.
She attended a vigil in Pictou County marking 1 month since the children went missing and says she feels the support of the community and beyond.
Well, these are everybody's grandchildren. They're not just mine now.
As she clings to cherished keepsakes,
This is Lily's handprint.
she is pleading for any information that could provide answers.
There is nothing more pure and innocent than a 6 and a 4-year-old.
Her pain is real. Her words unscripted. Unlike Daniel and Malaya, she's not building alibis. She's fighting for answers. She's right about those woods. They're a fortress of thorns. Small kids don't vanish in there without a trace. And that lone boot print? That scrap of Lily's blanket? It's not proof they got lost. It's a question mark. Let's talk about Daniel's polygraph. He says he passed, but polygraphs are shaky science. And his nerves when they asked, "Did you kill Lily and Jack?" Why so rattled if he's clean? The RCMP says there's no sign of an abduction, but they can't find the kids either. So what are we left with? Here's the picture. Daniel and Malaya's stories are a house of cards, collapsing under their own contradictions. Their behavior, his vague script, her disappearing act, reeks of deception. The grandmother's plea says the kids didn't wander off. Is this a cover-up? A staged disappearance? Or something darker? Tell me your theories in the comments. I'm reading them all. This case is far from over, and we're not stopping until the truth comes out. Like, comment, and share. to keep Lilly and Jack's story alive. Binge our Sullivan case series for every twist we've uncovered. Link below. Subscribe for the next bombshell. Until then, keep digging. Because the truth isn't lost in the woods. It's hiding in plain sight.